Hey everybody, Kelly Engineering here, and we're going to episode 11 of Project Ozone 3. I am back in Landia because my buddy Proteus seems to agree that the way to go is the wizard. Where did he go? I just need to get him to follow me over here and try to kill him in the confines. Try to kill him in the confines of the tower. So, wow, he is a zippy bastard. Oh, okay, yep, it is the wizard. And look who we summoned. Let's get a screenshot. And apparently his shtick is just summoning a bunch of guys. So, oh my stars and garters. I am withered, I am losing health. This is chaos! Alright, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh yeah, I died. Alright. Well then. Oh, I can still fly, thank goodness. Big Brother is still there, unfortunately. I don't have any of my baubles. So I'm just gonna take my grave back. I'm just gonna take my grave back and head back. Save Big Brother for another day. But the main focus of today's episode is going to be immersive engineering. And in preparation, I've already created the engineer's manual, the engineer's hammer, and here we are. So I'm going to make all of these coke bricks. I'm making a lot of them because although I do need to make the coke oven, I want to use some of these for building as well. I'm going to make the platform out of coke bricks. But to make the coke oven, super simple. All you need is 27 of them. After you have your 3x3, all you need is your engineer's hammer, hit it in a center block, and bam, I have a coke oven. So the coke oven will give me creosote oil. It'll also give me coal coke, which is needed for the blast furnace. So I'm going to get a bunch of coke. A bunch of coal, rather. And drop that in. This doesn't require any external power. You just drop in the coal. This doesn't work with charcoal, by the way, just coal. And it'll very slowly start producing coal coke for you. Thank goodness that those cannot see me. Let's get some torches. Boom, we got a torch. So see how the sky went white? That happens every time, and it's never happened in previous mod packs for me, but it happens whenever I kill something that I have a charm belt for. Seems a little useless, but whatever. So I got one piece or one block of coal coke, and I've got 5,000 creosote oil right now. There are only 3 recipes for this: a piece of coal, a block of coal, and then a piece of wood. The piece of wood is just so you can create a little bit of creosote oil, but one piece of coal makes one piece of coal coke, and then you get 500 millibuckets, or you get a piece of charcoal and 250 millibuckets. So I have this set up right here with the transfer node. I'm trying to get the creosote oil out, so I got my fluid transfer node, a transfer pipe, and then boom, look at that. I have creosote oil going in. Alternatively, I have this immersive engineered fluid pump. So the Immersive Engineering fluid pump, God, it's weird. But this is really weird because you have to hit it with a hammer. So you have a blue side, an orange side, and then blank. But since I have this up against the coke oven, I can't really change what it looks like. So I'm going to have to break the coal coke oven to get this to work this way. And then I can make it the output, put the quantum tank here, and it'll output for me so that I can free up the interface and continue accessing this. If you want to automatically eject the blocks of coal coke, the bottom block, the bottom middle block is the way that you do that. So I broke the coke oven temporarily just so I could make that the blue side, this the orange side, place my tank, and whoop, activate this again. And that way, whenever I create my block of coal coke, and I got that right here, the fluid will automatically eject into here without using up one of my interfaces. I forgot to mention, this fluid pump needs to be redstone powered. So just put a lever on it, activate it, and now the pump will actually work. While my coal coke smelts up, what I am going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of copper wires. I already showed you how to do this in a previous episode using a pair of shears, but I'm using the Immersive Engineering wire cutters right now. So with these, all you have to do is put them in a diamond pattern, put a stick, and you get low voltage wire coil. You also have medium voltage, which is electrum, and I'm going to be making some electrum next. Then you have high voltage, which is steel wire and aluminum wire. And all of that is absolutely no problem. Now, for the electrum, I could be using either the Tinker smelter over here, or I could be using the Embers way that I did in previous episodes. But since this is dedicated to Immersive Engineering, the thing that I am going to make is the alloy kiln. So, alloy kiln projector. I'm going to make up the alloy kiln in order to make my electrum in this, and I'm also going to be making steel this way as well. I've made steel in previous episodes so that I could make my Magneticraft steel hammer, but once again, I'm doing it the Immersive Engineering way and showing you how that's done. I have more than enough creosote oil right now. I'm gonna take 2 buckets and head back over to my bench because we're making treated wood now. So any sort of planks, any planks whatsoever, with creosote oil in the center, and you get 8 treated planks. And of course you get the bucket back. So I have these treated planks right now because the treated planks are required in order to make the alloy kiln projector. Right here. So to make the alloy kiln projector, gonna need a lantern, which is easy. It's just glass panes, iron plate, and a piece of glowstone. You get 3 of them. 2 iron ingots, a piece of glass, and a piece of treated wood. And boom, I have the projector. I have the engineer's manual open right now to the alloy kiln page. Once you have it open to the page, all you have to do is throw the engineer's manual and the projector in and pull it out. And now you have a projector that displays the alloy kiln. All you have to do is right click and it'll show you what you need. So I'm going to go make some alloy kiln blocks and get that made up. The way you make kiln bricks is really easy. You just need any piece of sandstone and bricks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And bam. I have 4 kiln bricks. I don't have enough sand right now, but I did create this red sand just as a little tutorial on what you can do. Right now, I do not have a way to make red sand, so I did it the morbid way. So in here, I have molten lead. I had to put in something molten to begin with, and if you drop into the smeltery while there's something molten in there, it will extract blood. All you have to do is put a piece of sand in, drip it with some blood, and it becomes red sand. There's really no reason why at this point you would need to do that, but it's something interesting, and it's an easier way to make red sand. Alright, so I have my 8 kiln bricks. Once you put the first layer down, the second layer pops up for you, which is something Magneticraft needs to take a page out of. And now it recognizes that those blocks are complete. This is the space it's going to take up in that little green. So let's hit it with the engineer hammer. Any side will do. And bam. So all you have to do is put in the ingots or the chunks that you want to. Your alloy will show up here. And these are just the recipes. So let's make some electrum. So I have made a mistake. The chunks do not work, which is just plumb unfortunate. So instead, I'm going to grab a stack of each ingot and plop those in here. There we go. And it's actually pretty fast. Boom. Got my 2 electrum ingots. The next thing I'm going to make is the blast furnace. Let's see here. Boip. And what's the last thing we need? Nether brick. So, the blast furnace recipe is very similar to the coke oven recipe. Blast brick. So once again, I'm making a bunch of them because I want to use them as building blocks as well. It's also made very similar. Actually, when I say very similar, I mean exactly the same as the coke oven. So hit the center and boom. I have a blast furnace. When you supply this with coal coke, I'll just better off showing you the recipe. Here we go. So, put an iron ingot in, a steel ingot comes out, you get some slag. Block of iron, block of steel, all that good stuff. So, let's go get a block of iron. Wham bam, put in my blocks of iron. Take out the block of coal coke. And boom. Now I just have to play the waiting game once again. And this stuff is very slow, and there is a way to improve it. And I'll get into that later in the episode. But for now, I am making up some steel blocks. I have enough electrum that I can make electrum wire. Excellent. Electrum wire, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same exact recipe as the low voltage. Now I have medium voltage wire. Awesome, awesome. Alright, next thing we're going to make, the engineer's workbench. Which is 3 treated wood planks, treated wood fence. It cannot be any fence. And a workbench. Boom. The engineer's workbench, with the help of blueprints, allow some of the more complicated recipes to become less complicated. So here with this crafting component engineering blueprint, it takes 2 iron plates and a copper ingot to make an iron mechanical component. An iron mechanical component just using a crafting grid is 4 iron plates and a copper ingot. So using the engineer's workbench is actually more beneficial for you in the long run. If you've been opening loot bags like I have, then you'll see that I have a whole bunch of engineering blueprints right here. Arc furnace, wow. None of the crafting component ones. So that means that you need to create the crafting component blueprint by yourself, which is a iron plate, oh that's metal press, crafting components, a copper ingot, an aluminum ingot, and an iron ingot, blue dye, 3 paper. Easy enough. Here we are, crafting components. Go over here to the engineer's workbench, put the blueprint in, and it now recognizes the things that I can make using this blueprint. Oh, that's actually a new feature for me. When you put the blueprint in, a blueprint appears over here. Oh, that's nice. That's some really good polish. Got my steel made up, made it into plates. So make that into the steel wire, make that into the aluminum wire, and same as before. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have my high voltage wire. That quest is now complete. Alright, so I am cooking up a batch of constant tan ingots right now, which is just nickel and copper. And the reason why I did that is because I need constant tan plates. I'm making the thermoelectric generator right now from Immersive Engineering, and it serves the same function as the thermopile from Magneticraft. Just a hot block and a cold block next to each other, and you're generating some power. So I've already crafted up everything right now. The only weird thing is the copper coil block, which is just low voltage wire surrounded by iron ingots. I'm making 8 of them. Another thing I need to do is I need to craft up, let's see, quest book, quests, Ada. You craft up these voltage connectors. I'm also going to craft up some relays as well, and I'll explain the function of those as soon as I make them. So here's a low voltage wire connector and low voltage wire relays. It's much the same for the other ones. So I have my aluminum ingots to make my high voltage, and oh, I need insulating glass. Well, in any case, I can make the medium voltage wire relay and the medium voltage wire connector. I'll craft up the high voltage wire relay a little bit later. So the next thing I am making is the metal press. So I'm going to make my conveyor belt, 8 of them. Going to make steel scaffolding, which is just 3 steel ingots and a steel rod. Get 6 of those. The heavy engineering block. These steel mechanical components were made on the engineering bench, and it only was 2 steel plates and 1 copper ingot. Otherwise, I would have needed 4 steel plates if I used a crafting bench. So, got that, and the redstone engineering block, which is simple enough. Awesome. Now that I have these parts, I've already set up the projector over here. Just to get the projector into my inventory. So, the metal press is incredibly handy if you're sick of using the Magneticraft table. So, that's why I'm setting it up. The positioning of the components does matter. So, this is wrong. I need to have this piston pointing down. So, just make sure that when you are placing these items, you're placing them properly. Boom. This steel scaffolding is not supposed to be here. I just put it there to place. And then the heavy machinery block. Boom. Apparently, I have also placed the conveyor belt wrong. Easy fix. Which way does it want it to go? This way. Boom. Now hit it with a hammer. Where is my hammer? And I have the metal press. You're going to have to supply it with power, which is the next thing we're going to be going over, and why I have those thermoelectric generators in my inventory. Alright, so I've set up the thermoelectric generator, and it's basic. It's only lava and water, and I'll replace it with snow and fire water a little bit later. Really, dude? But I have my low voltage wire connector right here, and I'm going to connect it to the thermoelectric generator, and I'm going to connect it to the metal press. I'm also going to take my low voltage wire coil, right click, and right click, and now I have power transferring from the thermoelectric generator here to the metal press. I can put in an iron ingot once I actually have the metal press requires actual presses, and I'll bring one up for you. So this metal press mold plate requires 5 steel plates and the wire cutters using the metal press mold blueprint. And I can make all of these. Alright, I have made my metal press, and I've actually extended this out 2 times. One on each side, and put a conveyor belt on top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hopper right here and put the steel ingot in. Why is the steel ingot getting caught? So I have made a terrible mistake. In my past experience with the thermoelectric generators, I could use water. But according to the engineer's manual, I can only use packed ice and ice. Which means I'm going to have to rethink my strategy. To that end, I have already traveled around a little bit. and I have found an extreme hills. Right over here. Since I have an extreme hills and I have my silk touch pickaxe, I'm just going to place some water down and mine ice that way. I'll be back with you once I actually have the thermoelectric generator working. Alright, I got packed ice here. I reconnected my low voltage wire connector, and if you see up at the top in Wayla, it says 256 out of 256 intermediate frequency. So, it is transferring that frequency via this copper wire over to here, and it's 0 of 256 because it's not transferring anything down here. This is full. So I'm going to drop some steel ingots in. Yep. And now it's making plates for me. So it's transferring all of the energy in, making all my plates. And it's just a matter of getting a hopper conveyor belt so I can drop everything into a chest. So this conveyor belt is going to become a hopper conveyor belt, and I'm going to have a chest here. So whenever a plate moves across it, it just falls right in. But these copper wires have the ability to hurt you if you run into them if they're not insulated. So what I did is I created this wooden post, put that right there, and I am going to run a low voltage, a low voltage wire relay right here. So let's cut this wire. There, got my wire back, and I'm going to take my low voltage wire, run it from here to the relay, and then from the relay to here. And now I can get all up in here and not have to worry about touching the wires. The last thing I am going to do today is make a toolbox, the engineer's toolbox. And I am missing a wooden storage crate, which is easy enough. Boom. So the engineer's toolbox is really simple. I can store food in it, I can store my tools in it, mainly these tools, anything, and wiring. When it refers to wiring, what it's referring to is all of my wires that I have created. High voltage, medium voltage, low voltage. Cool. I'm going to put all those in here. But this is just a handy way to store all of my stuff without it taking up inventory space. Especially since next episode, I'm going to be doing more immersive engineering. In between episodes, I'm going to craft up another ashen helmet. I lost it while taking a bloodbath earlier. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to continue monitoring this and probably hook up some more thermoelectric, because making all of the plates, it's not sustainable. What I could do, actually, so I am going to clip this wire, and get rid of my low voltage relay and connectors. I'm going to replace it with medium voltage connectors and a medium voltage relay. So it is entirely possible to have a low voltage connector and a low voltage connector and a medium wire relay, and it will transfer just the low voltage across. But that's not why we're here. Gonna get my medium voltage wire, put the low voltage back, alright, I'm gonna put in some plates and see how this keeps up. So I'm dropping copper ingots in right now. Oh, I put this dropping conveyor belt in and it's going right into a small storage crate, no problem. And, oh yeah, it's keeping up perfect. So it was just a matter of one thermoelectric and the medium. Oh, there she goes. I was too hopeful. So yeah, I'm going to put one more thermoelectric generator here, and that should keep up. What? I am Kelly Engineering. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.